Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop for this early AM episode of Bob TV. Ain't often we get these videos this early, but I got to roll. I got all these ready. See how that surface coat turned out? Just as smooth as a piece of glass, man. Tell you, there's a trick to that stuff, and there's a learning curve, but we're ready to go. Okay guys, this is my surface coat. It is a aluminum filled surface coat. Now this is the good stuff. And Associated only sells it in 5-gallon buckets, and it is expensive. And it's real thick. Almost like peanut butter, but we still want to keep these coats thin. But by the time I got done with the surface coat yesterday, by the time I got them ready, it was too late to start. It was already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And this stuff takes like 4 hours to set up, takes 2 coats. I'd have been up till 5 o'clock this morning. So I just elected to start today. And it wasn't cold enough to do my all-night trick. I was kind of scared to do it. It wasn't very cold last night. You know, I have put this stuff on like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Turned my heater off in my shop, because you know that's going to retard the drying time, being cold. And then came out in the morning and started putting the cloth on, or the next layer of surface coat. But it wasn't very cold last night. So I elected to I was kind of scared. I didn't want to. If this stuff sets up all the way, and then you add another coat, or start putting cloth on, there's a chance you could have lamination issues, which means your layers will separate. You don't ever want to let any layer set up all the way. You know, you let it dry till it's tacky to your touch, and don't leave nothing on your finger. That is the perfect time to start putting cloth on for another coat. You gotta keep these edges thin. Try to build it up too thick in them corners, you're liable to have air bubbles, and it'll chip out easier. Now yeah, this metal stuff, you can go a little thicker, but you still don't want it just gobbing in the corners. I know it's easy, but then it's liable to crack out. Because you want cloth, man, close to the surface of the mold. You don't want to build this stuff up thick. But you can go a little bit thicker with this stuff than you can the white. Okay? Now the white works fine. I've used it before, but I bought this to do the A4 molds with. Okay, when I went in there to buy some, they didn't have no white. All they had was this. And so I went ahead and bought it. And I was kind of just letting it sit around until I got to the A4 mold. I was reading the instructions, and this stuff has an expiration date. It was like $800 for that bucket. 800. So that's kind of why I had to go ahead and start molding on the A4. That, or I was going to lose that whole bucket of stuff, and I just couldn't see that. My nose is running like a track star this morning. Oh, I was wanting to get started yesterday, but I had a couple issues. Would you guys believe I have not got my truck back yet? They got my heads back from the machine shop. That was the issue last week. He said the machine shop got behind and wouldn't work on my heads. And they finally got them back Monday, and the mechanic that took my truck apart got sick, so he missed a couple days. Okay, now check this out, it ain't over yet. Okay, he called me yesterday. You know, they're working on my truck. All right, he said it'll be done tonight. So about 4:30, I was kind of wondering, so I called him. He said, oh, we just got it started up. It's going to be a bit. So they got it all together and just fired it up. It's going to be a little bit. It's okay, no big deal. So about 7 o'clock last night, I figured they done and went home for the day. And it's going to be tomorrow. Well, the guy calls me up, 7 o'clock. Said, man, we're still here working on it. We got a misfire, but they cannot figure out where it's coming from. I'm like, oh no. So it's missing. It's got to be plug wires, and they're brand new plug wires. I just had to put on there before I went to Kentucky. And it didn't misfire when I took it in there. It was actually running fine. I just, you know, put that stop leak in there and just didn't trust it out on the open road. You know, I'm ready to hit the road this summer for some jet flying action. So I elected to put it in the shop. And here it is, almost 3 weeks without my truck, man. That's the pitch. You know, 3 weeks. It's a long time to go without a vehicle. So I'm basically putting this on about as thin as I can get it and still keep an even coverage, you know. But I learned, guys. You know, a lot of people don't sell surface coat. You know, I heard from a couple of them resin places, oh, just put Cavasil in your resin. Cavasil or calcium carbonate. You can use that, and it'll thicken your epoxy up, but you lose your compression strength like that. Just if you want to make a set of really nice production molds, this aluminum field is the best way to go. Second best is plain white surface coat. And Associated sells small amounts of that. They sell quarts, you know. So if you just want to do a little mold, Associated Industries, we got a link on our website, b1modelproject.com, and we got a link to Associated on there, and they're good people. This is a Axton product, and no, it ain't. This ain't an Axton. No, the Axton is the white, and it's part of their oh, excuse me. It's part of their a mold making system. Okay, and they actually sell a white epoxy resin too, but that is for making molds. It don't have the compression strength as surface coat, so you can't use it as surface coat. The ideal thing with that, but it's about not half the price. It's a lot cheaper than regular epoxy. Okay, the white resin is, and it makes good molds. I've used it. I kind of like it, as a matter of fact. It's just hard for me to buy two kinds of resin, because I'm on a budget, baby. So I just use my clear resin for molds, which is fine. It's actually got a higher compression strength. But that's what you gotta look for in your surface coats, is the compression strength. See, regular clear epoxy has big time compression strength, but it's too thin, runs off. You go adding your fillers, and that compression strength comes down in a hurry. For this stuff here, this metal filled stuff, big time compression strength. I mean, it's off the chart, and you don't have to do that. And the white stuff don't have quite the compression strength as this. I gotta sit down for a minute and get back throbbing this morning. We'll take me a quick break. Another batch. You know, we'll keep on trucking, baby. Today is mold day. It ain't Friday. It's mold day, baby. And I'll be back some more Bob TV, and we'll get these molds made today. See you back in the shop.